and I'm worried that, sure, this was $50 here, but tomorrow I'm going to spend another $25 and another $25 and another $25. Today, we're doing some more Final Girl unboxing, and I just want you guys to know that I've got turf toe right now. Like, I've currently got an ice pack inside my slipper, which is kind of nice because it's 30 degrees. But if you ever questioned my resolve, there's no need now because I'm still recording videos and running away from murderers. So today, we're unboxing Final Girl. Oh my goodness. The Ratchet Lady. Also, Wolfe Asylum. This is called Madness in the Dark. I've also got a secret little special Final Girl unboxing that I'm going to do after this. Where I'm at with Final Girl is I currently have Core Box Into the Void. Played it a handful of times. I bought this literally a week after buying that one because I enjoyed Final Girl so much. I've since played Into the Void a couple more times. And I mean, this is not going to be my review of Final Girl. What I will say is I don't think any review of Final Girl would be complete without having played a handful of them. Because there's a lot of things I like about Final Girl Into the Void. It's why I bought this one right away. But after playing it a handful of times, I'm like, okay, I don't know if I want to play specifically the map, the USS Callister there. But I will have a better opinion on Final Girl as a whole once I get some more content. Right? That's at least a good excuse to get more content. Let's get into it. As always, great boxes with Final Girl. This is what I haven't been able to see. Don't know who that is. She seems like a nice lady. Remain calm at Wolfe Asylum. I'm not going to read this too much, but that's there. The first one I opened up, I had no idea how the box works. I've since learned, obviously. Let's go this side first. This will be the Ratchet Lady side. This will be Wolfe Asylum side. So let's go Ratchet Lady side. The Ratchet Lady has no upper health value. Don't really know what that means. Interesting to see a more tight variance for both damage and movement. The Evomorph is a little crazier. Maniac Meeples. I was super excited by this in the first one. Still forgot it was there. Still excited to see it. These must be my Maniac Meeples. 5 of those. I'm excited. I'm just excited for variants. What is this? I also... 2 action cards here. I do hope that a lot of these other box sets introduce different actions, because I feel like in that first one that I have and I've played, I sort of have the same plan every time. I know what I'm looking for, I know what works, I know what's good. I don't want to read all these because I want them to be a surprise, so I'm going to sort of flip through them for you. But I'm not going to look at them myself. New Final Girl. Heather. 5 health. 6 to fill out. Again, also don't want to look at these for myself. Veronica. 5 health, 5 to fill. All give you more time, which is interesting. New tarot cards. Always good, always fun. I guess you need new tarot cards from there. I think it probably does make sense to read a little bit about how the new murderer monster is going to work. So I'll rip through this right now. Ratchet Lady. There once was a woman who loved helping people. Her greatest joy was to bandage a wound, offer a kind word, or hold a sickly hand. Then, one day, she witnessed something so horrible, so soul-shattering, that it changed her completely. Utterly, irrevocably, and now, kindness and joy have been replaced with cruelty and despair. There's still a smile, but it is a hateful smile. And may the God of Abraham have mercy on you if you see it. From A History of New England Asylums by Dr. M. Foreman. We're getting in here. 3 final cards, 3 dark powers, 1 epic dark power, 2 final girls, 16 tarot cards, 2 action cards, killer board, 6 maniac meeples. We're placing the maniac meeples in a pile next to the victim meeples, placing 2 maniac meeples in the Ratchet Lady starting space. The Ratchet Lady only starts with 6 health, but has no upper health value. There are multiple ways she can recover health. Does that mean she can't get more than 6 health? The Ratchet Lady is accompanied by minions called maniacs, former victims who have become crazed lunatics willing to do whatever the Ratchet Lady tells them to. In addition to the special rules listed below, refer to the general rules on minions on page 32 of the core rulebook. Maniacs have 1 health. Maniacs have an attack and movement value of 1. Maniacs will not follow you and cannot be saved. When a victim becomes a maniac, replace its meeple with a red maniac meeple. Do not increase bloodlust since no one died. When a maniac is killed, place its meeple back into the pool of maniac meeples. Do not increase bloodlust, even if the maniac was formerly a victim. Those both seem good. If there are maniacs in your space and you want to leave the space, you receive -1 health for each maniac, more than 1. For each maniac, more than 1. For example, if there's a single maniac in your space, there's no penalty for leaving, but if there are 3 maniacs, you receive 2 damage when leaving that space. There's a hard limit of 6 maniacs on the board at one time. If you are instructed to spawn a maniac and they are all on the board, ignore it. Calm. New action. When playing against Ratchet Lady, you will have access to the new Calm action cards. Calm allows you to turn maniacs back into peaceful victims. When successfully resolving a Calm action card, replace the indicated number of maniac meeples with victim meeples, and return the maniac meeples to their pool. They will now follow you and can be saved as normal. And can be killed by enemies. Cool. Works for me. Works for me. I think I said it, but the Evil Morph, I think, is really fun. So I'm not as itching for a new... What have I done? I'm not as itching for a new attacker, hunter, murderer, as much as I am for a new location. So let's see what the Wolfe Asylum has in store. I like wolves. I think I've mentioned this before. So already +1 there. I like the idea of asylums and asylums in horror, in the horror genre, which is also what drew me here. I live in Squamish now, but BC, Vancouver area, and we have a pretty famous mental institution that is shut down, that is rumored to be haunted, Riverview. There's a couple movies, Grave Encounters maybe, but there's like movies shot there, based on there. So cool, fun stuff. So definitely interested in this genre, but especially this location. Also just, yeah, I don't know how many times I'm going to say it in this video. I've only played Into the Void so far, so everything is so new and everything is so different. I'm sure once you have 10 different Final Girl box sets, you start to see similarities, but this is already just so new because it's it's not that. Don't know what the green means. So we'll see that. Solitary confinement. Fun. Operating theater. That's where I should be for my fucking turf toe right now. Wolfe Asylum. Constructed in 1899 by the eccentric oil baron and philanthropist Jebediah Wolfe, Wolfe Asylum was built to hold 300 patients, but by the 1950s was home to over 2,500 souls. Overcrowding was the least of its problems, however, as difficult patients were routinely locked in cages, while others went unattended for weeks or were left to wander the dank halls completely naked. I do love the word dank to describe anything. Before the reforms of the late 70s, Wolfe orderlies frequently performed lobotomies with ice picks and electroshock treatment, often resulted in death. I don't know the word orderlies. I don't know that word. Wolfe orderlies. Anyway, they're doing lobotomies with ice picks. That's obviously going to result in death. Today, Wolfe Asylum claims to be a haven for the mentally ill, but some say it will never truly be free of its dark past. That's apparently from the Wikipedia entry for Wolfe Asylum. Which came first? Okay, we're getting 10 new event cards, 5 setup cards, various tokens, item cards, amped cards, side effects, pill effects, terror cards. Winona, stop. Special setup. Place the stun. No, we'll read this after we see what's even in here. Pretty empty. Punch outs. Also, not going to read the terrors, pill effects, amped cards, because I don't want to know them. I want surprises, that's why I'm playing Final Girl. Same thing here. We've got a bunch of side effects, setups, items, events. I don't want to see them. I'll see one item. Let's see what item we pull. Mysterious pills. Who doesn't like mysterious pills? Immediately discard this card and take 2 pill tokens. Great. Great, great, great. Punch outs. Punch outs. Oh, they're completely different front and back. Not always expecting that. Oh, so these probably are going to have to sit all, I would assume, this side up so that you don't know what you're getting. You'll take one, you'll flip it to eat it and find out what you got. Spooky skull. Something else. Yeah, same as the last ones. These are, I mean, they do the job, but they are not sturdy. Or durable, maybe is the right word. I like anything with these sort of notification event sort of highlight tokens. Just gives you something to aim for. Yeah, I'm assuming, we're going to read it, that all these pills are going to go upside down so that you will not know what pill you're choosing, whether it's yellow, purple, pink, or tricolor. 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 still pretty good. Pretty good. Got it pretty quick. Special setup. Place the stun tokens in a pile next to your play area. Shuffle the pill tokens face down. The colorless backs will be face up. Place them in a pool next to your play area. You'll start with 4 pill tokens on the board. Each setup card will tell you where to place them. Draw from the pool and place them on the board face down. Place the pill effects card next to your player board. Maybe we can see that. Pill effects. Yellow, you get a heart. Purple, you move a space. Pink, horror goes down. Do not draw side effect cards. Oh, if you have 2, a yellow and a purple, recover all. A yellow and a pink, 5 times. Purple and pink, 3 on the horror track. And if you have all 3, you draw an amped card. Oh, but there's side effects. Side effects as you go up. Sweet! There are various pills that you can collect and consume. There are 4 types of pills. 3 yellow, 3 blue. They're calling this blue. Not a chance. Are they gonna call that blue? I've worked in a brewery for many years and used to be sort of involved in our labels. And one thing I realized is that it's actually hard to get blue printed a lot of the time. It often comes out purple, so I'm assuming they've run into something similar there. A little tidbit for you. Tricks of the trade. Anyway, typo in here. It says blue. Should say purple. And one wild. The tricolors are wild. When you end your movement in a space with a pill token, not while passing through, you may spend time to pick it up. Place it face up beneath your pill effects cards. At any point during the action phase, you may consume any number of pills that you have collected, discarding their pill tokens. If the pile of pill tokens ever runs out, shuffle any discarded pill tokens and form a new face-down file. Refer to the pill effects card for what occurs based on which pills you take. If you take 2 or 3 pills at once, after applying the benefit, you must draw a number of side effect cards. Draw the cards one at a time and apply any effects on them. You may take pills in any order and as many as you want. For example, you may take a single pill, apply its benefits, and then take a combination of 2 pills and apply their benefits, as well as be forced to draw any side effect cards. Cool. So if you have 3 pills, you could take single, no side effects, but obviously your benefits are going to increase the more that you take. You also end up with side effects. If you take 1 of each pill, you'll get to randomly draw an amped card. Amped cards provide powerful abilities that may mean the difference between victory and defeat. Stunned. Some item cards have the keyword stunned on them. Only enemies can become stunned. When that occurs, place 1 of these stun tokens underneath the enemy. During the next killer phase, it will ignore all movement, though it will still apply any attack. During the upkeep phase, discard all stun tokens still underneath enemies. Love it. Love it. That sounds different. That sounds fun. That sounds a lot more interesting than Into the Void USS Callister. I don't mean that as a shot at the USS Callister, because it was my first, and you never forget your first. But I kind of just feel like you'd get set up with a game that you're like, well, I'm going to grab this key card, grab this key card, grab this key card, blow up the ship, get out of here, call it a day. And it seemed like that also was just the best play. So you're always looking for that option anyway. And I was just like, I'm going to get in there and I'm going to have trouble telling my brain not to just do this one strategy. Whereas this seems a lot more like I'm going to be running around taking random pills, seeing what happens, getting random side effects. So excited about that. Wolfe Asylum. I haven't noticed really a difference in the final girls themselves. Obviously they have different starting healths and abilities, but I haven't been like, oh, I really want that one or this one. And it seems like they're too different, where it's like, why would I want one with low health when the ability doesn't seem that much better? So for those, I've just been happy to pick whichever girl catches my eye, I guess. And then what I've got is at Arrowood, shout out Arrowood if you can see that little pin there, my local friendly board game store. Shout out Pablo. Thank you, Pablo, who A, convinced me to get Final Girl to start, and B, last time I was in, gave me this for free. Terror from the Grave miniatures. Now, I don't have Terror from the Grave or the vignette. I don't know what it's actually called. But, and he knew that, but he said, hey, if you want it, this is a thing I can give you. And I said, free thing? Yes, please. And so now I have this free thing. So I'm going to open this. And honestly, what I'm kind of excited for is I have Subterra. And I don't have any miniatures for Subterra or for any game. And so maybe next time I play Subterra, hello Winona, I'll use these Terror from the Grave miniatures. Contents: 15 zombie miniatures, 3 zombie horde miniatures. This is super fun because this is, if they had cut out the bottom, which obviously they didn't because it's supposed to be a functioning box, but this feels very like VHS. Is it the same? No, this feels very VHS size, which is fun. So I'm going to open it from the bottom to pay homage to VCR tapes, although I'm really not doing a good job. Again, this is from a vignette, which I'm not sure exactly what that is or means. And Pablo, I would say great upselling, because I'm definitely going to ask to order in this vignette now so that I can use these properly. Well, we've got miniatures. It looks like our 3 zombie horde. Ooh, they say horde underneath. Are all the same, which is fine. They're allowed to be. It'd be cool if they were slightly different, which is then going to mean that all of our single zombies, a lot of single zombies out there in the world, are all the same as well. Again, which is fine. It'd be cool if they were different, but they don't have to be, and I am not complaining because this is free. They're kind of small. I guess Final Girl's not a big board. In fact, it's not a big board, so it's probably fine size. But they're not huge by any means. We can see them beside Meeples. That's their size beside a meeple, which seems pretty good. They definitely look spooky. That's Terror from the Grave. Terror from the Grave. Miniatures. I would say they both feel light but solid at the same time. Like, they don't necessarily feel hollow. They feel easy to move around, but they feel, especially these guys, like, feel dense enough. Not heavy, but I feel like they could feel flimsier. They feel thicker than a Spirit Island Explorer, these little zombies. So that's great. And the zombie hordes feel great. Tear from the Grave miniatures for the vignette, which I'm assuming is also called Terror from the Grave. Don't quote me on it. Could be wrong. That's it. That's all for today. Some more unboxing. I am now, once I get through a couple rounds of I've ruined the bottom by opening it from there. Once I get through a couple rounds of this final girl, Ratchet Lady, Wolfe Asylum, I think it might be time then to do a review, or maybe I need another 25. I kind of want Little Red Riding Hood. And another 25. Or the Big Bad Wolf, whatever they're calling her. But we'll see. There'll definitely be more Final Girl content coming because I have a lot of thoughts. I have loved the game, thought it was the greatest game ever, and then very quickly went, let's check ourselves on that. And this is going to help me check myself on that. Shout out Pablo. Okay, thanks, bye.